guys, welcome to another episode of the Urban Garden 2020. Before we get started, just remember to like, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe. So today we're going to be looking at the clones that we made a few weeks back. About 2-3 weeks back? And we're going to just take a look around the garden and see how everything's doing. Alright, well, we'll get started looking around. Alright guys, well, here are a couple of the clones that we've made. I've been putting a few of these out, and I just want to show you guys what they're looking like. So what I'll do is take this one and I'll just squeeze around the base just to give it a little break up, and I'll just push right in the center on the bottom, and oh yeah, it almost popped out. Soil's a little dry, which makes it really easy to get the planter out or off of it. So, oh yeah. So look at this. This is a clone we made, and you see the roots have just exploded. I mean, they're just everywhere right now. So I'm going to take this one, put it in the ground. Here shortly, we've already put 2 in the ground, and we've got another right here. And yeah, if they're a little hard to get out, you can just press around the edges and then press right in the center, and it wants to pop out almost. So look at this one, and oh yeah, if you see right there, same way, roots are just everywhere. So we're going to get these last three put in the ground. Our sunflowers over here are up. I mean, this right here is almost shoulder level with me. So our squash plants, I mean, got a little baby squash on there, blooms are blooming. So I think we've got 2 squash plants over here. A pepper plant here, that's our Marconi pepper. This right here, Cherokee purple tomato, is growing a few little blooms on it. So we should be getting some tomatoes coming up. There's our other squash plant, and it's got some blooms starting, some little squash. And then our other Better Boy tomato here is up, and it already has, as you can see, a couple of tomatoes on it. But you can look at the sunflowers. They're all just up, and you can see the heads on some of these are starting to make. So there should be some sunflowers here shortly. So we'll walk down here and look at the raised bed. Looking across the garden, over there is where I put a couple of tomatoes in. It looks like it used to be a flower bed at one point in time, so I'm hoping the soil's pretty good. The bees are pretty active this morning. I think we've lost one beehive. Something I got into it twice, and now the bees are gone. I don't know if they relocated or what, but we kind of set this one right here, and you can see the bees are really active this morning right here in the sun's warmed them up, and they're just going out on their daily search for nectar and pollen. So we'll go over here to our little raised bed, and as you can see, the beans are just everywhere. They're supposed to be a bush bean, but honestly, these are just running everywhere. So I'm hoping to have a lot of beans. You can see the tomatoes have run up pretty good as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, this tomato, the beans kind of all around it, but we're just going to kind of let it be. We've got plenty of tomato plants over here, kind of the same thing. Yeah, that's that tomato. We'll just pull this bean off of this tomato and try to redirect it to this stringer that we have. So, as to kind of, I don't want the tomato plant totally covered with beans. So, yeah, we'll just move this over here, and all I'm doing is taking just put it on this runner and wrap the bean sprout or vine around it, and boom, she'll do the rest. So yeah, that tomato's growing. So we have a few tomatoes on it already. Our squash plants over here. This one's got a bloom on it. This one's about to bloom. This one already has some squash and several blooms. So that one's got a bloom. And our tomatoes on the outside are, they're doing what they're doing. So no major loss. Some of our peppers inside and the corn, we Probably needed to do another raised bed. I see some okra over there sprouted up pretty good in a couple of places. Yeah, several okra. The artichoke, I'm not so sure about, so we'll just kind of see what it makes into. But we have really too much stuff packed into this one raised bed. A little bit later on, I'm going to basically double its size, maybe triple or quadruple the size. And that way next year, we'll have plenty of room. So I'm not going to go through the blackberries. Oh, there was one thing I was going to show you. I ate some of these yesterday. And if the birds haven't just totally cleaned them off, the mulberry tree has a lot of ripe mulberries, so they're good. Oh yeah, so you can see right here, looks like a blackberry, and that's just a little mulberry, and tastes like a blackberry. Yep, right off the tree, just goodness. Yep, and you can see them. There are lots of them. It's actually a little maybe sweeter than a blackberry, but now that these are right in their prime, the birds will be coming through and cleaning these off pretty quickly. But anywho, until they get them all gone, I'm going to be snacking on them as well when I'm out in the yard. That's one good thing about having a more edible garden, is when things are coming into season and ripening, you can just go through the yard and have a snack. So here is our thornless blackberry, and it has a lot of blackberries on it. Our fig tree is just insane with growth, and I see some little figs started, so little figs coming out. So we'll have a lot of figs this year, I believe. One of our pumpkins here is doing pretty good. Yep, the camellia there is doing all right. So it's very dry, but we are supposed to get some rain this weekend. So hopefully everything gets some rain Saturday, Sunday, or somewhere around there. And it's helps boost the growth, because things are really dry and wilted down just a little bit right now. So we haven't put anything in this, where we were composting here. There's some stuff sprouting up. I don't know what it is. Looks like just some wild trees, whatever. Seeds have gotten in there. So this tomato is doing very well. Can't even remember what tomato it is. Doesn't really matter. Pepper's doing well there. This is our German Queen. She's coming along. I mean, a lot of green growth. We're going to try to do something to add some potassium and phosphate, and because she's starting to get some blooms, but this plant has, it's up right over eye level with me. So as you can see right here, the top of the limb is just, it's right at eye level. So we've trimmed back this chrysanthemum, the mum, and watered it, and it's come out and come back, so it should look real pretty this year. This tomato we put in here is looking pretty good. Our avocado tree there, some peppers, some more tomatoes that we just don't have room for. More tomato. Oh, something fell and hit me. More tomatoes and peppers. Let's see. Oh yeah. Cajun bell here. Lots of peppers on it already. It's right here, a little chili pepper. I think this is just a red chili. But they're green now, but they will be red like that one. Another tomato, another pepper down here. Oh yeah. So another tomato back here, and there are tomatoes all over it. Another tomato here, and you can see there's a tomato. That one should be ripe by the weekend or through the weekend. And then some more pepper plants. So that's what we're looking like in the garden today. We also have our palm tree over there, or hibiscus, the new elephant ear. That's not really an elephant ear, but it's a type of elephant ear, I should say. The banana tree, the banana down at the end of the garden, end of the driveway, I mean. All of the crepe myrtles have just sprouted and grown like crazy. So may get out here and do some watering later just to help pep some of this up, because as you can see, things are just looking really dry. And unfortunately, last weekend it rained everywhere but here at my house. It rained south of here, it rained downtown, it rained pretty much everywhere. I think it rained in Hueytown, which is right down the street, but no rain here. But anywho, we hopefully we'll get some rain in the next few days and help everything out. But until then, we'll just try to take the water hose and give everything a little drink and see if that'll keep stuff alive until the rain comes in. Anyway, remember, you guys, if you've watched the video all the way through, hopefully you are liking, subscribing, and sharing. If you're interested about the clones and how to make clones, there's a video prior to this, a few videos back. It's really a simple process. If you just maintain the steps, keep the planter damp but not just soaked after you do the transplant, most likely you'll have success. And oh yeah, if you look down there, I don't know if you can see them, there's just a bunch of tomatoes right there hanging almost on the ground, it looks like. So we'll keep an eye on those. But yeah, it's getting close to time to be able to harvest some peppers and tomatoes, and hopefully all through the summer, or I guess this is still spring maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, hopefully all through the summer we'll be having peppers, tomatoes, eggplants, and squash. And I really am excited about the eggplants to make some eggplant parmesan. But anywho, you guys have a great day, be safe, and keep digging it. Later, guys.